Morning. April 3rd, 2023, day 4 after my third of 5 infusions, and I feel fantastic. Sorry, it's had to. A little bit of a late start this morning. They've got the water shut off in the building for maintenance, so Joelle and I both had to get up and get an earlier start than normal. Actually, she got a normal start. I had to get up earlier, so I didn't have time to get up and make a video and get all that stuff done before I had to start my day. Had a Zoom meeting earlier for one of the national pool organizations we belong to. Saw my boy Lupe in the meeting. Good meeting, brother. Good morning. So anyway, health-wise, neuropathy is waning like it always does. Not quite as sensitive. Again, right after the infusions when it's most sensitive. Yesterday I peeled off a hangnail there. When you peel those off, just kind of yank it off and you get that blood. Boy, this one bled for a while, so I can tell my blood cell counts are a little bit low because they're not clotting as fast as normal, and that's normal in what I'm going through. But it did take a while for that thing to clot up. It was wild. No neuropathy in the feet, really. Keeping my socks on or shoes or slippers or whatever I got close by. That was no fun. My throat is clearing up slowly but surely. Like I was saying, that what they used to flush out my port, I can smell that, and it kind of gives me a runny nose and kind of gets into my throat, kind of chokes me up for a couple of days. So, gargle with salt water and stuff to get that out. Haven't really had the indigestion thing going on this time. So maybe it's because, I don't know, I've just been keeping more track of it, but I'm thinking the neuropathy and all that other stuff is because they kind of scaled my infusion medication back by about 10%. So maybe that helped. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Other than that, I feel really good. Everything's cool. It is chemo, like I said initially, and just for the first day or so, I feel sort of, definitely not. And I made this description in another video that I did. I feel kind of, I'm not, laid up in bed like in Philadelphia or any of those movies. Just not like that at all. And I think I can compare it to being out for a few hours the night before, having a handful of Bud Lights and a couple of shots, and you wake up in the morning and you're thinking, gosh, I wish somebody would go get me a couple of sausage McMuffins and a hash brown. But I don't feel bad enough not to. You know what I mean? My energy level is still pretty good. It's just sort of, and that only lasts for a day or so. By Sunday afternoon, I'm out of that phase and just kind of getting on to my normal upbeat me level, So that's kind of cool. Good with that. Good with everything so far. Personal-wise, this week is going to be a fun week. I was talking with one of the priests yesterday about Lent and when it's officially over, because it's just always been Easter. And I was like, is it true? So he kind of laid it out for me, and he said that technically Easter would technically be over after Jesus was crucified or even arrested, because he wasn't necessarily in the wilderness anymore, in the desert, in the hills, and that stuff, going through what he went through before he was brought in and went in. So technically that's when it would be over, which would be, Thursday, Friday, definitely by Easter Vigil Saturday. So I was texting back and forth with my boy Johnny. He says, we just got, and he pointed it out right for me. Mom's was always, Lent's over at Easter. Let's just celebrate after Easter, Lent being over, everything being done, his risen. It's like, you know what? Johnny's right. Thank you, Johnny. I'll keep it with that. It's just the way it's always been. It's not going to hurt me. Plus, they're not going to have donuts after Mass Saturday night anyway, so it's all good. On top of that, basketball game tonight, state, baby. Ooh-wee, it's going to be a rough one. Just because Connecticut's so tough. I was watching that game the other day, and that big guy that they have shooting from the outside, that's just unheard of. That's like Shaquille O'Neal shooting three-pointers. It just doesn't, it's not a thing. So that means we're going to have to pull out somebody to defend on him, and they've, let one of their small guys loose at that point who can get out underneath. It's going to be tough. And, I saw a report earlier how they were talking about Connecticut's wins have been by double digits, which against a lot of tough teams, and San Diego State's have been by single digits. It's just they're 7.5 point underdogs, and it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a hell of a game. So, just being there, just being if they lose and they're number 2 in the country, that's a big deal. It's really cool. It's really going to do a lot for San Diego State's program. Thank you, Steve Fisher, for starting that ball rolling years ago. But then, if they win, that's going to be even more magic. I mean, that's just going to, Joel's tried so hard to get into their nursing program for the last couple of years. It's going to be even tougher to get in any program at San Diego State for a while if this thing goes down the way. Even now, it's not as easy, but if they win a national championship, it's going to really raise a lot of attention to that school and make it even tougher for people to get in and go to school there. Golly, San Diego State, man. Whether it's Florida, where it's beautiful all year long, or California, Southern California, same thing. There's some really good basketball programs out there that are in those warm states that are coming up. It's not always about the Big East anymore, or ACC teams. A lot of these kids are going to school where they're gonna be able to practice all year round. So, anyhow, just my tangent on that. Take it for what it's worth, which is nothing. Sorry I wasted your time with it. But anyway, feel good. Everything's cool. I'll make another video. I'll try to make another video this Saturday. I assume everything will be good, but time's going to be short. There's, like I said, this week's a big, huge week. Lots of surprises coming up this week. So, anyhow, thanks again. Thank you for all the positivity. Thanks for the feedback, you guys. I appreciate it. Take care of each other, especially. God bless. And onward. Thank you.